It's Anissa. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing the video that I'm supposed to do every month, but I've been slacking the past couple months, but we're not going to talk about it because we've been busy. But today I'm doing a Shop My Stash video. If you guys have never seen one of these videos from me, it is a series on my channel that I will link right up here, the playlist to. Pretty much what I do is I go through my makeup collection and I pick out the makeup that I'm going to use for the month. And then after that, I will sit down and kind of talk to you guys and use some of those products to make a face of makeup, like the one that is on my face, and just kind of give you guys updates on my life. And the purpose of me doing this, I know a lot of people just do the makeup aspect. I want you guys to know who I am as a person, not just when I'm sitting in front of the camera, but when I'm also not in front of a camera and what I do in my day-to-day life. If you guys are interested to see how we came up with this gorgeous makeup look, I feel like it turned out really good today, and also what has been going on with me in my personal life, then keep on watching. But before you go anywhere, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I post on this channel every 4 days, so you never have to miss me for too long. But let's just go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, we are back here again. Now it is time to pick out makeup for April. We're just gonna start in this first drawer up here, which is all primers. Face primers and eyeshadow primers are tucked away back here. I am gonna go ahead and use these two eyeshadow primers because I have not used them anywhere near as much as I've used these ones. This first one is the P. Louise base, and this is just in the color Rumor 0. It's actually just white. I already have shade 6 over in my drawer right now. This is a little too dark than what I like it, so I'm actually gonna keep both of these and mix them. And then for my second one slash third one, this is the Revolution Prime and Lock Longwear eyeshadow primer. Guys, this thing is huge. This is bigger than some concealers that I owned. I used it once in a full face of First Impressions. I think it was my latest one. I want to try this Hard Candy hydrating primer a little bit more. This is supposed to be an exact dupe of the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip, which is my favorite, so if I can find an affordable option for that, I feel like that'd be awesome. And then I'm also going to be using this Fenty Beauty. This is the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. I want to use this because I've also only used this once. Oh, and a little disclaimer. Next month, you guys will see two different drawers. Some drawers are so cram-packed that it gives me anxiety. So I think what I'm going to do is have one drawer for high-end makeup, one drawer for drugstore makeup. Revolution Pro Blur Stick. I think I pulled this like 2 months ago and I barely even touched it. I'm actually going to be using the travel size of this Smashbox, the original Photo Finish. Smashbox primers are some of the most expensive primers on the market, and I felt like this was not much different than like my e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer or the Mineral Face Primer. Compare and really use it a couple more times to see if I think it's worth the money. This next drawer is probably the hardest for me to pick. I have foundations in here, and then this next drawer is foundations and concealers. You guys can tell if you've watched the past couple videos, this is a lot more full than what it was. I am actually going to be using this KVD Good Apple for the next month. I did a review on it. It was the video right before this. I don't know how I feel about her. I really like it, and it's weird because it has a good formula. It's just not long wearing. It has such good coverage, and it's like a perfect match for me. Also going to use this Marc Jacobs Remarkable Full Cover Foundation. I'm not sure. If you guys know if they're discontinuing this, please let me know. When I bought it, it was 50% off. And usually when Sephora does that, it means that they are about to discontinue the product. But I really, really liked that the first time I used it. It was just super runny. I'm probably more closer to this shade. I'm going to use this Haley's Beauty Reset Liquid Matte Foundation. I also only used this when I reviewed it. HUDA Beauty Foundation. They just came out with a new reformulated version of this. I guess it's supposed to have less fragrance and it's just supposed to be better. So if you guys want me to like compare the two, ooh, I feel like that'd be really fun to do. Let me know if you guys think that that is something that you would be interested in watching. I feel like these are all really full coverage. So for a little bit of lighter coverage, MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I really like this when I tried it also. I'm gonna pull this e.l.f. foundation. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation in the color Cinnamon. And the reason I'm pulling this is because it's a little bit lighter. So that way I have something lighter that I can mix it with. I did not even touch this like once this month. So I'm just gonna keep this in here. Usually the ones at the bottom are the ones that I don't use very much. Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. And I got this in the color Peanut Butter. Also used this in a full face of First Impressions and I liked it. Maybelline concealers that are supposed to be dupes for the Nars. Actually was going to get rid of these and I was going through my bin, but I was like, no, I'm gonna give these another shot. Fenty Beauty. This concealer, honestly, I am like very mediocre about. It's like meh. It's in the color 360. I'm gonna try this with a couple different combos and see how it works. Definitely going to pull this Hourglass Vanish concealer. Super, super light. I use this when I want a very highlighted look. I'm sure you guys know how hard it is to match yourself online in the middle of a pandemic. I'm pulling a lot lot of like pairs of foundations and concealers to see how they work with one another. This is the Kvd Locket Concealer, and this is in the color Warm D33. In the video that I used this in, I did not like a lot of the products, so we're gonna see how this does. This is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer. Love this for carving out eyebrows. And then I also have this Benefit Blowing Industrial Strength Concealer. This is also really good too, and it is very full coverage. I have not been using color corrector, but I'll go ahead and pull one. Dragon Beauty color corrector in the color just orange. I have not been reaching for color corrector as of recently. Maybe it's just something I'm growing out of. Next is the powder drawer, and I actually have a pretty good idea too in here of what I want to use. I have to look like in the very back. It goes pretty deep. We're gonna use this Bare Minerals loose powder in the color Natural Tan 21. I don't even remember if I like this or not. The Hourglass Vanish translucent powder. I have heard so many good things about this, but when I used it in the full face of first impressions, I don't know if it was this or if it was the setting spray that I was using, but something really weird happened on my face. So I want to use that with different products to see if it was the setting spray that did that or if it was the powder. I'm also going to use this Fenty Beauty Loose Pro Filter powder in Hazelnut again. This is also a powder I'm like very iffy on. It's just, I stopped using it for a while because I just thought it was average. I try to stay away from products that I absolutely love because half the time I pull them out of the drawer anyways when I'm not supposed to. And we're also going to use this e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder in the color Medium Beige. I have used this a couple times in videos and I think it's all right. It's something different. It's not what I usually would go for, but we're gonna give it a shot. And then for one last one, I also am gonna pull this Collab Loose Setting Powder. I got this recommendation from JUVIA'S. Okay, well she's white, and I just figured that it was all in one shade. They do have darker shades in this, so this is just the shade Porcelain / Ivory. So I wanna see how this does underneath the under eyes, and if it has flashback or anything like that, because if it does good, then I can keep that for underneath my eyes and then get another one for all over the face. For pressed powders, Clinique Even Better Powder Foundation. I'm going on vacation, so I know I'm going to be a little bit darker. One of my darker powders. Second one, just to even it out, this is a lighter powder. This is the Iman pressed powder. This is what it looks like, so that way I can kind of mix if I need to. And then I still am going to keep the Neutrogena skin clearing one. I'll put pictures of everything I'm talking about, and the Maybelline Fit Me, because I still have not emptied them out, and they are not leaving my drawer until they're emptied. I can fit a couple more, so I'm actually going to use this Huda Beauty powder. This is in the color Cinnamon Bun. I have not used this in forever. For pressed powder, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. pressed powder. This is in the color Medium Dark. I have never seen anybody talk about this except one girl on Instagram, and I really liked it when I used it in the full face of e.l.f. I used to love, love, love these Juvia's Place loose powders. Juvia's Place kills it in the complexion department. So I'm going to use the shade Namib. I'm gonna pull that one. Now I'm done with powder. This is the drawer that just is really giving me so much anxiety. You don't even understand. All highlighters, bronzers, blushes, and then like highlighter palette, bronzing palettes, blush palettes. For my two palettes, hi, here I am. I'm gonna be using these two, and these are actually both from the Roxy collection. I really liked this blush palette when I first used it. Like the colors in here are so amazing, and I really appreciate palettes like this because they are very inclusive. So it's not just for dark skin or light skin, it's for both, and you can kind of mix and match and really look, she's durable. And then I'm also going to be using the contour and highlight palette. Yes, again, very color girl friendly. We have a huge mirror in there also. Oh my gosh, guys, I have to use this. This is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude. Guys, I'm a mess. Look at this highlighter. Literally so pretty. I also use this in a full face of first impressions, and they also have another highlighter duo. I don't know what it is, but check out my full face I'm getting rid of that I just did, and it was in there. Awful. Nothing like this. If you're going to spend the money, spend it on that. We're gonna use this Master Chrome from Maybelline. This reminds me a lot of the Becca formula. These are so amazing. This one is in the color 100 Molten Gold, but there's also a darker one that I have that I need to use in a full face of first impressions before I can put it in these drawers. Ever since I've gotten my new setup, I have never used this Bare Minerals. This is actually a powder foundation, but I used it as a bronzer, and I really don't remember what I think of it. We're gonna use the Milk Makeup one. I don't wanna use everything from my full face of first impressions, but I really loved all the products in that. So you know what? We're gonna use this e.l.f. one, this e.l.f. cream blush. This is in the color Caribbean. Such a pretty color. My favorite cream blushes drugstore that I've ever tried. This is a face powder from Charlotte Tilbury, but it is too cool for me. So I figured that it would be really pretty as a bronzer. This is from the brand Lawless. It is at Sephora, and this is in the color Phoenix, I believe. Next is the lip drawer. I've never even used this Milk makeup. This is supposed to be a Glow Glimmer Lip Oil. Never ever used this, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that. This is the color Mac Red. So you know what? I'm gonna be bold and use this one. Milani. This is in the color Teddy Bear, I think. Such a pretty nude color. I also use this KVD Liquid Lipstick. This is in the color Bow and Arrow. This is a little bit too light, but I want to try to pair it with a really dark lip liner because I've been loving to do that. I use this one. This is like the perfect nude liquid lipstick drugstore for me. It's like a tint, because it's not very pigmented, but you can get it to about medium pigment, and it's in the color 428 I Explore. Love, love, love. And I actually was gonna get rid of this because I was like, oh my gosh, this has no pigment, but it doesn't claim to really have a lot of pigment. So, you know, you can't knock it for something it doesn't really claim to do. And then for lip liners, I have a more vampy color. This is the Juvia's Place in the color Scorpio. I have a darker nude. This is the Sephora Rouge Gel Lip Liner, and this one is in the color 32 Hot Sauce. They are actually really affordable. And then for a more pink option, I just had this Juvia's Place lip liner, and this is in the color Love Me, and I don't think I've actually ever used this, so I try to have at least one clear one. This is the Fenty Beauty Universal Gloss Bomb. I haven't used her in forever. We're gonna use her. This is the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in the color Mocha Twist. Lastly is my bottom drawer, which is single eyeshadows, glitters, glitter eyeshadows, mascaras, and brow products. For pomade this month, we're going to be using the NYX Heyman Frame, and this is in the color Espresso. I actually really like this. It's very similar to the Anastasia. It's just a little bit less tinted. It's still really good for a drugstore option. And then this one I actually have only used once recently. This used to be my favorite brow pencil of all time. It's the Anastasia Brow Wiz. And when I used it in a full face of first impressions, I just was not as impressed. I used to be somebody who liked this over the Benefit, and now I prefer the Benefit over this. I'm gonna get to use it a little bit more this month and really get a feel for it versus just a first impression. And then one of my favorites for drugstore is this e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in the color Cool Brown. Yeah, this is a really good affordable option. I like it. It has a spoolie and a pencil, and I like a more thin pencil, so it's really all about preference. I wanted to move over to my table for these, that way I could show you guys all of them because I can't hold them. These are all e.l.f. bite-sized products. I have not tried a single one that I do not like. This one and this one. They're super convenient for travel. They're really pigmented, easy to blend. We love those. If you guys have not tried those and you're looking for really affordable eyeshadow, one of these is like $3 or $4. I'm gonna use a pigment this month, and this is just the MAC pigment in the color English Gilt. If they discontinue this, I'll go ahead and look it up and I won't use it in tutorials and stuff. This will be fun. I don't even remember using this. I must have because it's in this drawer, but this is a Morphe eyeliner. I have never used this, and I might be lying if I did use it. I don't remember. This is a Too Faced liquid eyeshadow. It's in the color Macchiato Madness. Don't even remember buying this or using it, and I'm really surprised that I would buy this or use this because it has purple flecks of glitter in it. For mascaras for the month, the first one I'm going to use is this Beauty Bakery Eyelash Icing. This is in the color Black, and then I just repurchased this. I actually threw my old one away because the wand was awful on it, but I really liked it because it was nice for the bottom lashes. This L'Oreal Telescopic in Carbon Black, and when I didn't have eyelash extensions, I really like this on my top lashes too. I'll pick my eyeshadows and then show you guys the ones that I choose because it just takes me too long and I'm too indecisive, and then I have to make sure they'll fit in the drawer. Okay, well that was actually pretty easy. I didn't use these two palettes as much as I wanted to from last month. The Nikki Tutorials eyeshadow palette. Me and her are very like iffy. I like it, but then again, I just don't know if it's like my favorite. Then I already showed you guys these two because they will not fit over here. Somebody requested a like spring-ish type of eye makeup look, so I want to try to do something with either that palette or this palette. This is the Ofra Cosmetics, the Signature palette. I love the colors in here. They are so me. Also keeping this one, I don't know if I mentioned that. Don't know if this is discontinued either because I bought it a really long time ago. She's been through it. This is a Bobbi Brown eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna see if they even have that anymore for you guys. I'm just gonna give you guys a quick overview of what my drawers are looking like. And then we have this drawer over here. Yeah, I have like no sponges because they're all dirty. I've been doing my makeup so much this week. This is what we are looking like. So let's go ahead and sit down and do some makeup. I went ahead and did my eyebrows. I don't think they look bad. They are a little bit more cool / gray than what I want them to be. I've been trying the new hack that I used in the TikTok video that I really like. I use this Anastasia, and I don't know, maybe I just need a different color. It really is not super pigmented. Like, I had to really work for that. It hurts like as much as I'm putting this on here. If you are new here and you are interested to see how I do my eyebrows, I do them in every video except for the Shop My Stashes. I found that when I do them in these sit down videos, I'm on my eyebrows for like 20 minutes because I keep just doing them and talking at the same time. I figured that I would try to do something a little bit springy. I really don't know. Would like pink be considered springy? This is going up in April. It's the very end of March. But I am going to be gone on vacation, so I figured that I would film it now, and I feel like I have enough to talk about to do it now. This is pretty much everything that has happened since February and March. I didn't do one in February because it started off a really uneventful month, and then the last week of February was insane. And it was too late by then because I really like to do them in the beginning or the middle of the month. March, there were so many new makeup releases that I wanted to do. I really wanted to get the videos up ASAP, so I just pushed this off because usually I do these videos every month. Just a little background. Becca is discontinuing their brand, which makes me so sad. After the Champagne Pop highlighter, they really kind of just went not downhill, but they stayed really stagnant, and they never really came out with anything else, anything new, anything fresh. I'm really gonna miss the fact that I'm not gonna be able to buy their highlighters anymore. But the same day that I found that out, I was in TJ Maxx. They had my favorite highlighter, Chocolate Geode, for 10 bucks. So I bought a backup of it. I doubt I'm ever gonna get through the whole thing, but I was like, you know what? It's just gonna make me feel good. At the end of February, I did that Distinguished Young Women program that I told you guys about, the scholarship program. And I did pretty decent. I didn't do as well as I would have liked to. I was runner-up, first runner-up. That kind of had me down in the dumps a little bit. It just was really hard for me because I put a lot of time and effort into that program. I mean, I practiced every day for at least an hour doing my skills. I'm practicing interview. I do not like that color. You know, everything happens for a reason, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't win because after that happened, life just took a complete turn. I am a true believer that everything happens for a reason. It's really hard to see it like that in the moment sometimes, especially when you have your own plan for yourself. And if you're, you know, a person of faith, God will many of the times tell you and laugh in your face and be like, nope, this is not what you're doing. Maybe what you think you're doing, but no. At the beginning of February, I switched to online school, and I switched to online school for a couple reasons. I switched to online for a more personal reason that I'm not going to talk about, not because I don't feel comfortable talking about it, but it's really not my business necessarily, but it still affected me. I hope you guys understand that. I'm a pretty open book with my own business, but you know, when it involves other people, I try to be pretty mindful that the fact that other people aren't necessarily willing to put all their business out there. Second reason I went online besides for personal, I started my CNA class already. I felt as though it was not a good choice for me to be going into multiple nursing homes and also going to school. And they're also about to lift our mask mandate in my state, so I really didn't want to take that chance of going to school and contracting it again and then giving it to older people. So I'm completely online now. And honestly, I like it better this way. I still have school. I wake up at the same time. I get on Zoom, but I do everything from home. I don't stay in my bed because I really try not to do homework in bed. It's a really bad habit. I will go downstairs and do my homework and cook breakfast and, you know, stay on there for 3 hours and then go about my day. It's been better for me, and I think through this whole thing I've kind of realized, not only for myself but for other people, traditional school is just not the best option for everybody. Personally, I just was trying to think about more people than just me. I've just been a lot happier, and I've been able to work, and I just feel like I have a lot better of a routine. I don't feel so stressed because I am so busy. I feel like I can kind of go at my own pace but still get everything done in a day that I need to. Like I mentioned, I started my CNA classes. I knew that it was going to be hard because you're pretty much cramming a year's course into 8 weeks. I do it for 16 hours a week, so we have 4-hour sessions over Zoom, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Saturday. And as it progresses, it's slowly going to go from 4 hours to 5 hours to 6 hours. So, you know, I'm just trying to keep myself sane and realize that I need to be okay mentally in order to complete this class. It's like a pinkish brownish moment. We're gonna get there. I'm gonna do like a pop of color or something. I mentioned to you guys that I think in my last one I was getting ready to quit my job, or I had just quit my job. One of the reasons I quit my job was because A, I do the grocery shopping, so I knew that I would have a stream of income, but also B, it's tax season, so I knew that I was gonna get a good amount of money, because any other year that I filed taxes, I always get pretty much everything back because I'm single and I'm a dependent. And depending on like if you're married, if you're single, if you're an independent, determine how much money you get back at the end of the year. I paid a lot of money in taxes, and you guys know I was a healthcare worker, and I still do consider myself a healthcare worker, just not an active one right now. I worked the whole time during COVID. I didn't get a stimulus because my parents make too much, so I didn't get any of that. My job did not give us hazard pay. We didn't get bonuses. We got nothing. We only got a bonus when we picked up on top of our extra shift, and it was only $50 for an 8-hour shift, which I say only because if you guys knew some of the numbers that other places were giving, that's like embarrassing. So anyways, I go to file my taxes and I finally hear back. And so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get a nice amount of money. Let's just say I got nothing close to what I was expecting, like not even a tenth of what I was expecting to get. I was like, okay, so why am I not getting as much as I did last year back? They pretty much said they had to change the tax percentage or something. Guys, I really am not like super good with finances and stuff like that. It's like, oh, well, that really sucks for me. So let me know if you guys work and you had to pay taxes, if you got as much as what you usually do get back, or if you have to pay, if you had to pay more than what you usually do. Because I know I heard a lot of people saying that. I swatched a couple different pinks. I think either this one or this one. We're gonna do this one because I feel like this one is a little bit more springy vibes, pinkish orangish moment. It's been really refreshing because like the past few months have been very trying for me. My limits have definitely been tested, and I feel like I have been tested as a person. I feel really happy and blessed to be in the position that I am. Ooh, okay, well, she's pretty. Let's not act like there's not a million crazy things happening in the world right now, which I will get into. Hi, so this is me in my like most truest form, but I just got done filming that video and I am doing a deep conditioning treatment right now. But I finally remembered what I was talking about before my mom called me, and I felt like it was really important to talk about this. This is something I'm gonna blow off. All of the Asian American hate crimes, all of the Black hate crimes going on in this country right now is ridiculous. I think everybody kind of thought that once 2020 was over, that everything was gonna be fine, and you know, that once January 1st of 2021 hit, like everything was just gonna go away. And that's just not the case. A lot of people think that, you know, because you're neutral or you say neutral, you don't say anything, they feel like that's just as good as, you know, like advocating, but it's not. If you are not fighting the oppression, and if you're not speaking up and using your voice in whatever way you feel best, you're a part of the problem. Whether that be like donating, reading an article, educating yourself, correcting someone when they say something that is prejudiced. Be a part of the change, guys, because I think through all of this, we all need to learn that none of this pandemic, social injustice, racial injustice, none of it is going to end until we all learn to advocate for one another. And, you know, also learning that just because something doesn't directly affect you doesn't mean it doesn't affect you at all. I mean, everything that's happening right now is going to have some effect on you, whether that be now or later on in your life. I was driving in the car the other day when I heard about the second mass shooting in 2 weeks in America. I started crying because it's really scary, and it kind of sucks that this is what the world is coming to. But, you know, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. But I just wanted to hop on here and include this in the video because it was important to me, and I feel like, you know, I do have a platform. I felt like I should say something because, again, not saying anything at all is just as bad as, you know, being a part of it literally and being oppressive toward other people. Just remember, we all bleed red, and we're all American. I know we put in front of it Asian American, African American, you know, whatever, Latino American, but we're all American, and that's what matters. So keep spreading love and be a part of the change. If you guys are like stressed and really going through it right now, know I'm praying for you and I'm here for you. And you guys can always reach out to me through DM on my beauty Instagram or even my personal Instagram. I will get back to you guys, especially if you just feel like you need somebody to talk to. Because girl, I've been in your spot. I know how it feels. You're not the only one. Just know that you're not alone. And I think that too, when I'm really stressed and when I feel like nothing's going to get better, knowing that there are other people there that have been in my shoes is so helpful to me personally. I know that I'm with you guys always. Okay, well, this is the eye look. I feel like it's actually really pretty. I feel like this is springy enough for me. Soon I want to do an all matte eyeshadow look. I do not do a lot of those. I don't do all matte or all glitter. I always do a mix of the two. I'm just not drawn to this palette. I don't know why I bought it. When I bought it, I think I was just in like one of my moods where I was like, you know what, we're gonna be different today. Most of the colors that I used were from this Carnival Tahiti palette. If you are looking for a colorful eyeshadow palette, this is everything that you need and more, and it also has really pretty neutral colors in it. It's really easy to work with and beginner friendly, so I really like it for that reason. My eyes took me 20 minutes. My grocery shopping, that's pretty much my job right now. I do Shipped. If you've never heard of it and you're looking for a job and you're 16 and you have a car, I would definitely recommend it. But the only thing that I would say is if you are somebody that will not hold yourself accountable, then you may just want to go get a regular job. Because even for me, like, it was so weird to go from working on a schedule and people telling you when you had to go to work versus now I choose when I go to work. It kind of just depends on the week. So if I have a really busy week, I will try to work at least 2 days, and I do 2 orders. So I work pretty much 2 hours. If I worked every day, it'd only be 14 hours. But I like to space it out. I used to like, especially working in the nursing home, I used to like to do my stretches. So I'd work my 5, 6, 7 days and then I'd be done and I'd be super tired and worn out. Versus I feel like this period of my life has really kind of taught me a lot about myself and how I function best as a person. Now, instead of dedicating a whole day to doing it and then me feeling like, you know, I'm super behind on all my other stuff, I just do it for 2 hours a day. So then, you know, I can still do my laundry, my cleaning, my homework, and I don't feel super smothered. Because that's how I felt when I was working those 5, 6 day stretches. Like, I would not get anything done and then I would feel so behind. That's been something that I've been really happy about because it's just helped me function better as a person. And like, I have realized too, I am a morning person. I do not like the fact that I'm a morning person, but I recognize the fact that I'm a morning person. Pretty much for me, all that means is if I have important stuff to do, I do it in the morning. Why am I still zoomed in, guys? I have a test I need to study for. If there's something that I know I do not want to do, but it needs to be done. Ooh, guys, this is too light. I know a lot of people do not like this foundation. It is very fragrance heavy and a lot of her products are. And I feel like that's something a lot of people complain about for her brand too. I was going to try her setting spray, but I heard a lot of people say that it was really, really overwhelming, like worse than the foundation. So I never ended up trying it. I haven't used this foundation in so long and now I remember why I like it so much. It just has a really nice matte finish and it's really comfortable on the skin. It's not thick, full coverage. When I say, you know, I'm busy, maybe if I tell you guys what my days are like, that'll be a little bit more easy. So usually what I will do this past week, this has been my routine. I wake up at about 6 and I will do house cleaning stuff. I'll clean my room, whatever needs to be done on my list agenda that week. It looks different pretty much every week. Clean my bathroom, or I'll clean my room, or if I have to do a review, I will review it in the morning and then wear it pretty much all day. So I'll do that first thing when I get up. Then I do high school from about 7:30 to 10. At 10 o'clock, if I have a video to film and I didn't already film like a review, I'll film it then, or I will edit. Then on Mondays and Wednesdays, I do a college course from 1 to 2. Pretty much every day I work from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Then I have my CNA class from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and that's my day. It's very school packed. I leave for Florida tomorrow. I'm so excited. So this week has been especially busy because I have been doing a lot of pre-filmed content, not only for YouTube, but for my Instagram beauty page, for my TikTok, which is honestly, I kind of like doing it better that way. I planned out my content for while I was gone. That way all I had to do was post it. Also, let me know, guys, what kind of content you want to see on TikTok. I haven't had serious creation block yet. Netflix actually just bought back iCarly. I finished them in 2 weeks. It just brought me back to my childhood, to like a really happy place, and I love iCarly. And then right now I'm watching Victorious. Let me know what your guys' favorite shows were as kids. Mine were probably definitely that. Sam and Cat is next on my list because I really like that too. Drake and Josh, not kid shows, but like when you were in your mid preteen years. I need to check and see if that's on there. Nickelodeon and Disney were the only 2 channels that I watched religiously. I think I am going through a time of nostalgia right now because I'm about to leave for college, so I'm just like living my best life. I also briefly mentioned that I bought another organizer for my makeup. It's time because I haven't even shown you guys the 3 drawer organizers from Walmart. I have 2 of those full face of first impressions that need to be done. And then in my closet, I have a huge thing of makeup that cannot fit into those drawers yet, but will eventually be there. Right now, if I didn't have this desk in front of me, I would have had to have gotten a second drawer a long time ago. And I figured that it'd be good because I'm about to leave for college. It's not that it's gonna be completely full. I just wanna have it that way when it is time for it to be full. I'm not like trying to fit 2 organizers of makeup into one. I love these blushes. So I mixed these 2 right here. I feel like I used a little bit too much, but honestly, it's okay because we have the pink eyeshadow going on. This week, it's been stressful, but it's also been fun because usually, especially now that I don't go to school, rarely ever do I wear makeup out. So many times I've done my makeup this week because I never have that many. And it's been nice because this is my time. This is my time where I decompress and just get to be here and talk to you guys. So being in front of the camera so much this week has been stressful, especially because my skin is freaking out right now. To keep this nice and light, I'm not gonna do anything to underneath my eyes. And then just popping a nice pretty inner corner shade in there. I have what I think is potentially a really good idea for a video idea. So, you know, I'm always telling you guys that makeup looks different under studio lights than it does in natural lighting. So I'm thinking about doing a just like get ready with me kind of makeup video in natural lighting and completely switching up the background. Let me know if you guys think that's a good idea or not. I don't know if you guys have ever even noticed, but usually I will try to, for different series on my channels, I try to switch up the background. That way you guys can kind of like, not familiarize yourself with it, but psychologically when you guys are looking at the thumbnails, you'll be like, oh, I kind of already know like what that is. So for my empties videos, I switch over to a little bit more of a casual background. For all of my sit down videos, I try to keep it back here. All right, guys, this is the completed look for today. I hope you guys appreciate the fact that I really tried to do something different for you. Somebody should hit me. I was really not gonna do a nose highlight. I knew something was missing. If you guys wanna see me do like specific spring colors, then let me know because spring is a season I'm really not that into for makeup. I don't switch my makeup up just for spring, really just for winter and summer. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and for everything that you do. I don't know where I would be without this. It just brings me so much happiness and joy, and it just really fills my cup up. So thank you for allowing me to do this and for listening to me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.